Hi everyone and welcome to NameHero.com. In this video tutorial, I want to talk about how to renew your domain names. Here at NameHero, we have thousands of customers from across the world that use us for their domain management. And that's really the reason behind I started NameHero is I needed a domain management platform for my own domains. I was an avid domain investor and I have been since the late 90s. If nothing else, I try every month to buy domains that I like, that I think might be worth something later on. I look at it like real estate. It's virtual real estate. It's only going to go up in value, especially .coms, in my opinion. I always believe that .coms will continue to grow in value. And I have some successful sales under my belt. I don't consider myself a full-time domain investor, but I do have quite the portfolio. So when I started NameHero, one of the main catalysts behind it was not only to offer high-speed, fast hosting, but I needed a place to manage all my domains. I had stuff over at GoDaddy and Namecheap and Enum, all these different places, and I wanted one platform where I could have all my domains and manage them with ease. So one part about that is renewing domains. And we see this from our customers too, because we have some customers, they have thousands of domains with us, and some domains they want to renew, a lot of the domains they want to renew, but some of them they just want to let expire. And sometimes this happens. I used to own a marketing agency, and we would do marketing for clients, and after we'd register a domain a lot of times for a specific promotion, and then once the promotion's over, we'd let the domain go. So I want to show you how to do this in your interface, because there's a couple things when it comes to really managing mass domains. If you're just managing one or two, it's pretty easy. But if you're talking about renewing 10, 20, 30, even up to 100 at a time, there's some ways you can go about it to make sure everything is renewed correctly. So right now I'm on the main page of NameHero, and I'll first show you where we register domains. So if you click domains, you'll head over to our instant domain search. And this is just our main domain search engine. So if you're watching this video, maybe you haven't registered a name yet with us at NameHero. So you can, this is my new name one. You could type in your domain and you can see as you type, it shows you the price and it shows you what TLDs are available. We added this instant search engine back in 2015 when a lot of these new TLDs came out, just to show you what's available and what's out there, because .com is, there's a lot of them are taken, so you might want to find a different one. So that's why we have that there. But when it comes to renewals, it's a little different. So if you want to follow along, I'm going to log into my account. So if you're back here to the main page, just hover over account and click login. And once you input your username and password, you're brought to our client area. And so this is what it looks like. And our client area is kind of divided up in sections. You have your web hosting packages, you have your domains, you have your support tickets, then you have your invoices, your billing stuff. So we try to put everything right here at the top, the nice search box here, then some quick links and stuff there. But we're going to talk about domains. So let's head over here. And in my demo account here, I've got 6 domains. So I don't have a ton of them, but I can show you all the features that are available inside of here using these 6 names. So the first thing is we have this search box right here, and sometimes people don't see it because it kind of blends into the page. So I was talking to our dev team this morning, maybe we're going to do something to make that stand out a little bit more. But if you're looking for a specific name, you can just start to type it, and the sales or the domains displayed in the table will start to eliminate as you pick up more. So for example, if I just wanted to see the KC Moax, I just type in KC. If I wanted to just see real bonds, I type in real. And so this helps you to really find a domain quickly so you can manage it. And again, with 6 names in here, it's not too hard. 1 or 2 names is not hard. But once you start getting 500, 600 domains, then of course it becomes, you need to manage it. So that's why we have that search box here. And again, I base this based on my own needs. So having tons and tons of domains, this really helps me to find the domain that I'm wanting to work with. Okay, so next you have your domains in the first column, the registration date, the next due date, and the auto renewal status, as well as the current status of the domain. And then you have this little box here is where you can manage it. So you can click here to manage the domain, or you can actually click the domain itself. Either one will work. So let's talk about auto renewal. So at NameHero, by default, all of our services are set to auto renew. And we do this because, like me, I have so many domains. If I don't have them on auto renew, they would expire, and then I run into problems because someone else would register them. Now, it's important to note that PayPal does not set up a subscription when you register a domain name. So if you want to use PayPal to renew domains, you actually have to manually go in and renew it on your next due date. So that's important to note. The only way you can get auto renew to work is if you have a credit card on file with us. So if you are a domainer, if you have plenty of domains with us and you want to auto renew the bulk of them, you need to have that credit card on file. So let me show you how to do that. So under billing, you would click on manage credit card. And we'll just go over there now. And you can see I have no card on file in this account since it is a demo account. But I would actually add the card here. So I can add a Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express. I can enter the card number, enter my expiration date, and then my CVV, CVC2 number. That's the security code on the back of the card. If it's Amex, it's on the front. And of course, you can click this little info here. I don't know how well that helps or not, but it's just a verification number on the card. Once you add this, you can save changes, and then your credit card's on file, and that's what your auto renewal will use if you have your account set that way. So if you registered your domain with PayPal, when it comes to renew, it's automatically going to want to use PayPal, which I just told you, that's got to be a manual process. So if you want to auto renew with credit card, you actually have to change your account to use that card on file. So we do that by selecting our name. So hello name, that's just NameHero is my demo account. And we go to edit account details. And you can see I've got my name and address and all this. Under payment method, it says use default, and this is set per order. So this means if I registered my domain with Coinbase or PayPal, it's going to try to auto renew with one of those payment methods. Now again, that doesn't work with PayPal or Coinbase because they don't set up a subscription for the domain, just the hosting packages. So I would need to change this to credit card and go down here and click save. And I got to put my support pin in, so save changes. Okay, so now when my new invoices generate, they're all going to try to use the credit card on file. Now, if you have PayPal subscription for your hosting, you could run into a chance where PayPal sends a subscription and your credit card will also try to pay for it. So if you change this, if you're using PayPal and you change this to credit card, let our billing team know just so they can make sure your account doesn't have like 2 subscriptions ongoing, because I know that's a problem that we see sometimes. Unfortunately, PayPal's API doesn't do that good of a job talking into our system. And, I know why they've done it. It's for security, so we can't, really alter or change the PayPal agreement. When you sign up for hosting with us and you set up a PayPal subscription, you agree to those terms of PayPal, and NameHero also agrees to PayPal with those terms. So we can't change any of that. So if you make a change to credit card, you have to let us know. So if you're a former PayPaler moving to credit card, you actually have to let us know. You can leave it as default, but again, if the domain is registered with PayPal, it's not going to auto renew. So that's why the need to change that to credit card is definitely sufficient. Now, me personally, I can tell you from managing customers here at NameHero, working with our team, working with our accounting team, the easiest way to ensure your services stay renewed, stay up and running is with a credit card. Because using a credit card, we actually plug in with our merchant processors on the back end, and everything works nicely with our APIs and our notification systems. Using PayPal, using Coinbase, those are options, and people like those options, especially those that don't have credit cards or live in countries where credit cards aren't as available as they are here in the United States. But still, credit card works the very best with our system. And that is what I recommend, but I get it. Some people want to use PayPal. I get it too, because I use PayPal for a couple services that, I buy personally. But when it comes to auto-renewing domains, if you have a lot, you're going to want to use the credit card option, in my opinion, to make sure everything renews. All right, so that out of the way, let's go back to my domains. So now that I've set that option, all of these domains, when they come due, whenever this is here, 4 days before the due date, the invoice generates, and you get an email. And so at NameHero, we want you to know, hey, the charge is coming up. We're letting you know an invoice has been generated. As long as your card's on file and you've got your settings to credit card, it'll automatically renew. But you should pay attention to that invoice. So if you go to billing and my invoices, you'll see when the invoice is generated in this table, and you also see when it's paid. Now, if it becomes late, if it didn't get paid for whatever reason, you're going to get an email, and you'll have a notice in here too if it's late. So it's important to pay attention to invoices. You want to make sure they are being paid, because again, if you have 500 domains in your account, it's likely some can get overlooked. It's also likely some domains can be renewed that you do not want. So that's what I'm going to get to next. But it's important to pay attention to your emails. Now, if I hover over my name and I go to email history, all the emails we send you are actually archived in here. And we do this because if you're like me, I get thousands of emails every single day. I mean, seriously, I try to check my emails at the last thing I do in the evening. And then the first thing I do when I wake up is I check my emails. And, some people say for productivity, it's not the best thing, but I do. And what I find is, I get so many emails. I'm hitting delete and archive a lot, so I can overlook emails. So that's why we archive everything inside of here. So it's good to always come in here and just give it a check. Once a week, if you have 500 domains like me, 500 plus, go in and look at this, at least once every Monday, at least once every Friday, just to make sure you're not missing anything. Because remember, if your domain expires and it becomes available, someone else can register it out from under you. And there's people like me, and I'm monitoring these deleted lists every single day, not at NameHero, but in the industry in general, because there's services out there that you can subscribe to that will show you like all the deleted names in the entire space. And so, I subscribe to that, and I'm specifically looking for, premium domains that are being dropped that people haven't renewed, so I can pick it up as an investment. So it's important you watch your emails here. So let's go back here. So now if I want to disable auto renew on a domain, so for example, let's say this KC Mo Wax, let's say I do not want to auto renew it. And let's say I bought the domain, it's coming due in July of 2019, and I just don't want to renew it. I can click here under manage domain, and it's going to take a second to come up. All right, so any day now. All right, here we are. Sorry, my Google Fiber in the office today is kind of moving slow. Not too good, Google. Anyways, if I go down here to auto renew, it's the second option under manage. This is where I can disable it. So you can see auto renew status enabled, and this big, nice red button, I can disable auto renew. So if I click it, just takes a second, and Google's going to make us wait a second because they've been lagging us all day. Changes saved successfully. So now my domain is not on auto renew. So if I go back to my domain table, domain my domains, you can see it's disabled. So this domain will not renew. Now, it's important that you do this because, again, it's going to automatically try to renew. And, sometimes we'll get backlash from customers saying, I didn't want this renewed, and here it is renewed. Well, by default, we renew everything for you automatically. It's what it's set to because we don't want you to lose your domain. We don't want you to lose your hosting account. We want your account to stay current so it stays online. So that's why it's automatically enabled. And we've put that throughout our site in multiple places now to help clear that up. But you actually have to tell the system if you don't want to renew it. So that's how you would do it. Now, if of course, you want to re-enable it, it's just those same steps in backwards order. Go back to manage domain. And Google's going to make us wait here just a second. Auto renew and enable auto renew. And now it will automatically renew just as planned. Now, an issue that we've ran into recently, and one of the main reasons for this video, is sometimes, if you do have the hundreds of domains or thousands of domains, you might, have several that you don't want to renew or several that you do. So you can actually mass manage domains with this. So you'll notice this checkbox over here in this first column. So let's say I wanted to turn off auto renew on more than one domain. I could select the domains that I don't want to auto renew, and I can go down to this menu here that says with selected. And I can change the name servers, I can edit the auto renewal status, I can put the registrar lock, I can edit my contact information, or I can even renew them manually. Some customers like to do that. But if I want to change the auto renew, I can just click auto renewal status, and you can see here I can disable it. So for the mass domain. So I go back, and now look, I've disabled it on 3 domains. So when this comes due, it's not going to generate an invoice. It's not going to try to charge me. It's going to be finished. After the next due date, these domains will no longer be mine and someone else could register them. And of course, I don't want to do that because I want to keep these domains. So I'm going to go ahead and just re-enable the auto renew on these. Go back here, auto renewal status, enable auto renew, and it's changed successfully. Go back. And I'm all set. So that's how I manage multiple domains at once. If I want to set multiple, and we had a customer recently that came in, and I was watching and talking to our billing team. They had tons and tons of domains in their account, but they had a lot that were set up for marketing purposes, and they don't want them to auto renew. So we had this discussion in the office. We were walking through this little exercise here to explain to customers how they can manage mass domains. Because if you have hundreds of domains, it gets awful tedious to click on each one of these and go to click auto renew renewal off. So we do have that option to where you can mass manage your domains. And the same goes, if you want to change your name servers, if you switch to a VPS, if you buy a new hosting package and you want to switch multiple domains over, the registrar lock, that's enabled by default, but if you want to disable it for whatever reason or edit your contact information, your name address changes, or if you just wanted to mass renew your domain. So that's a thing that some people want to do. Some people look at this and say, well, this comes due in July. I might be out of town. So I just want to go ahead and add yours now. I could click both of these. I could go to renew domains. And you can see I've got this nice little screen here that shows me how much it would cost per year. And see, I can see how many days until it expires and how much I want to add. Like NameHero, the main NameHero domain, we renew that like 10 years at a time because, of course, that's our business domain. And we don't ever want that to expire and we don't ever want to worry about it, right? So, and it's also been said, now I don't know if this is completely true, but it's said that Google will sometimes look at the renewal on the domain and provide more SEO juice. Now, they say it's not a lot, but they say it's a little bit because that lets Google know that, you've got the domain for a while and you're not just a fly-by-night website just trying to manipulate rankings. Because, of course, if you've invested, 129 in your name versus 1298, Google knows you're taking things a little bit more serious. So, again, that's stuff I've heard. I don't know if it makes that big of a difference or not, but when it comes to like my big names like NameHero, we definitely renew 10 years at a time. So it's up to you to do that. And again, you can manually renew a domain at any time, and that just saves you the worry from the auto renewal status. If you just want to renew it on your own, you can do it whenever you would like. If you don't want to wait to that last minute, you can do it whenever you want in this interface here. Now, back to PayPal. Some people with PayPal, they like to add some funds to their account, which will also handle these renewals. So under billing, if I click add funds, I can make a deposit to my NameHero account and I can use my credit card, I can use PayPal, or I can use Coinbase. So some people that use PayPal like to do this. Now, me personally, in the web hosting space, we buy some backup servers from a company, and these are just completely off-site, not at NameHero, and we fund our account with PayPal actually. So, and it's a similar based area to this. And I just like to check it, make sure it's $100 or $200 in the account. So as these type of invoices come due, I don't have to worry about PayPal subscription. Don't worry about the card on file, and it just draws off that balance. So if you want to do that, the minimum deposit's $20, the maximum deposit's $500, or you can have a maximum balance all the way up to $5,000. Now, I don't know how many people are going to keep $5,000 in their account, but that is a possibility. It just means you can't do any more than $500 per transaction. So if you wanted to load up your account with $500, you would just put in $500. If you want to use PayPal, you could click add funds. This will generate an invoice. You can pay the invoice, and those funds are then added to your NameHero account, and they'll be automatically used on your invoices. So when your domain comes up to be invoiced, it'll just pull from those funds, and it'll satisfy the invoice automatically. So you don't have to worry about the card being charged or whatnot. So you have several options when it comes to renewing your domains or to disabling your domain renewals. We've tried to make this as simple and straightforward as possible, but I definitely did want to get a video out here just to kind of explain this. And you can also sort these tables too. If you want to sort by next due, or even under actions, you can go to renew, and I'll bring up this mass renew table. If you want to, you can select these here. Say I want to do 4 years here, 4 years here, maybe renew this one here for 2 years. I can click order now, and this will generate an invoice just on the domains that I have selected. So, maybe I don't want to renew all these domains at once. So there's several different options to making sure your domains are well managed and that they are renewed on time and scheduled so nothing lapses. So if you have any questions, feel free to let us know. You can always reach out to our billing team, our support team, and let them know if you have questions or to make sure that you've set your account up right to use that credit card or to use that PayPal balance or Coinbase balance, what have you. But we want to make sure that your names aren't expiring. It seems like we have customers on both ends of the spectrum. We have some customers that absolutely don't want to renew, and we have other customers that they want to make sure it is renewed, no problem. So, I want to make sure that regardless of your case, don't want to renew, you do want to renew, that you are well taken care of, and it's easily explained inside of our interface, so you can make sure that your domains are well managed. I can't tell you how many times I've bought names. This realbonds.com is one. It's not a huge super premium name, but I can't tell you how many times I've bought names like this, and I've just held on to them over the years, and sometimes come where someone emails you, hey, can I buy this domain? And I'm like, well, yes. We get a domain appraisal, and then I'm getting 2,000, 3,000. I've had as much as 10,000 for a name, because these are virtual real estate. I own realbonds.com. No one else can own it unless they come buy it from me. The same with any of these other domains, keydiets.com. It's only, in my opinion, .coms only go up in value. So once I have them, I don't like to get rid of them unless it's like some long obscure name I use for a very specific campaign. Do I let it expire? Once I register a name, I pretty much am going to hold on to that name for a long time. So I hope that the situation's the same with you. The domain is an investment. It's like back in the early 1900s when people were buying property all around the cities and then later sold for interstates or sold for the big buildings that you see now, the McDonald's restaurants that are on them. And they ended up making millions of dollars because they had invested way back when. Same way with domains, and it's only going to keep going up. I really promise you on that, because I've done it since the late 90s and I've seen the results. And again, year after year after year, these names just keep going up, especially the .coms. Now, some of the new GTLDs, it's kind of debatable, but that's a discussion for another time. So if you have any questions on this or need help getting your domains renewed, reach out to us. Comment on this video. I'm going to get a blog post up on this too, so you can read the blog and comment on that. If you comment on the video, though, I personally will come by and reply and give you my thoughts as well. So thanks for watching. Thanks for using our domain management here at NameHero. We pride ourselves in trying to make it as simple and as easy as possible, because, again, that's why we developed this domain system in the first place, because I needed it. I needed a simple way to have all my domains in one interface that I could easily renew and manage and not have to worry about expirations or having logins at multiple places. So thanks for watching and using us here at NameHero.com.